Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. Therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now when you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand everything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by, or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
What is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. Welcome back to the live stream. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. What's up, Ralph? Really appreciate you, Ralph. What's up, Johnny M? So, I mean, as I correctly predicted over here in the Discord, inflation news, well, okay, to be seen, you know, it'll likely come up more. That's to be seen. I think we still can come up more potentially. So I was thinking, you know, with everything going on, probably inflation would, you know, come in a little bit cooler than expected, as it has. And I mean, markets have, at least the NASDAQ. I mean, who cares about the Dow? But the NASDAQ, yeah, that's responded accordingly. What's a little bit surprising would be, let's actually, yeah, still in that. I'm not going to tell you where I'm taking profits or stop loss. You gotta pay me for that. No, I'm just kidding. If you sign up for BYDFI or BloFin, deposit at least $100 and open a support ticket with the UID in the Discord under the, where is it? Support ticket area info here. You could also pay in crypto if you want. Give you one for a month in the Discord. Same applies if you bought a Bitcoin conference ticket as well in Vegas. More signed up for an valuation account with Breakout. Who's talking in the intro? It's Alan Watts. You know, a lot of good insight there. You know, guy died young though, so I don't think he did every single thing correctly, but you know, some good insight. Anyway, I just want to see here. So yeah, I'm drinking my coffee. Sub Satoshi. Oh man, just looking here. What's up, Wonder Bar? So, got everybody in the chat. So basically, I mean, I wouldn't bet against the daily bull div. I could see some, you know, recovery here, at least a little bit. You're in a lot of fear. Can you come down to 75, 72? Absolutely. We'll see what happens. I mean, we saw where our 30% correction, that's what we typically get in the beginning of post-halving years. You know, there's a lot of fear. So, you know, I generally think, unless you think we're going into recession, that everyone and their brother seems to be talking about all of a sudden whenever the market goes down 10%. I mean, for the S&P 500 or NASDAQ, then we'll keep going. Polymarket odds don't think we're going into recession, which I kind of like. Look at Polymarket. 100% chance of Trump winning. Yeah, he's the president again. 40% chance Ukraine could end. So, yeah, U.S. recession. 36% chance of a recession. So, probably not going to happen according to Polymarket. I would say Polymarket. And the interesting thing about Polymarket, looks like Kanye is not going to launch a coin. The interesting thing about Polymarket is the Fed Watch tool is saying we're not going to see a cut until. Oh, okay, it changed. Okay, some people, okay, no change for May. So these odds changed a little bit. They were thinking a cut in May. So now it's not looking like a cut until June. So we'll see what happens. You would think the good inflation data would help this out, though, a little bit, you know, in terms of a cut. But maybe not looking like that. Trump coin, you know, a lot of things are very, very low. You would think at some point you'd get a little bit of relief, but it is down 90 freaking %. Be careful. Ape coin trying to hold 50 cents. Excuse me. Jesse Jacks, yeah. So, well, the hourly NBA, we got, not really, I mean, a little bit. You know, let's see. Yeah, you're talking about the VWAP. Yeah, I mean, it's still a reverse head and shoulder thing, broke above it. I mean, yeah, it's SR. You could try to short this down. I probably wouldn't right now. But yeah, I mean, the two main, you know, the slong, if you want to take out the slong here, which works better than many may argue, you know, you would be trying to go up to this point with a stop probably around here, I would say. Almost a 2-to-1, and then your short would be your same trade. So we're trying to, the goal here would be to win 1 out of 2 of these, and in the short position you'd probably, yeah, I would go 2-to-1 like that. So if you can win 1 of these, you'd be profitable easily with 2-to-1 risk reward ratios right there. I probably wouldn't short right now. I'd probably be more inclined to take the long, which I am in the long. I'm not going to tell you guys it's stop loss or take profit, but yeah. So we shall see. I mean, I'm just trying to. Yeah, reverse head and shoulders. I would go more with the long, with the bull case. But yeah, if you do reject, I mean, your next big place, another bottom around 76 or all the way down to 72, which still wouldn't be that problematic in terms of, you know, post-halving year corrections. So yeah. Thinking here. Well, yeah, I'm just thinking. I mean, what was the scout? So you took the. I just want to see what kind of choose. So you did probably the thing that I mean, the scalp short, you'd probably want to do this, right? That's a 1-to-1, not the best risk-reward ratio, but if you wanted to go back here, that's a 2-to-1. I feel like it would take some time to play out if you are going to go down that low, but we'll see. Markets have been exciting, I'll say that. So there's that. Hmm. So yeah, I'm trying to think here. Well, you got ETH trying to come up there. Yeah, the other thing on ETH, yeah, a little bit, a little lopsided, came down a little bit. Consolidation either going to break up or break down. I guess if you have all the trend, you would say down, but if you think we're going to have some relief, you'd say up. So yeah. ETH, Bitcoin, we'll see. Maybe going to make another lower low here. It's not, like, I hate to say it, but it's just not looking like you're going to bottom out just yet. Your money flows deep, so potentially going farther into maybe this area, 0.018, yeah. Down to those points potentially. And yeah. It could turn around if QT ends this month. Doesn't seem too likely, unfortunately, though. So we'll kind of have to wait and see. So yeah. Spy Dixie, trying to think what I want to look at the moment. I mean, alts are still probably pretty lopsided. So Solana trying to hold on to this point, and I think it will, at least for now. You're trying to form this, kind of trigger right there, on that weekly. Came down a little bit deeper here. Your total correction's been 61. Is that enough? I mean, probably. And then hopefully you can continue a little bit. Curious about Sol Bitcoin, because that's obviously been one of the, okay, I marked that place out. Now we're hitting it. That could be a bottom for now. Or, yeah, I would almost guess you would bleed a little bit more into this area, but we'll see. Bitcoin dominance I want to look at. Oh, what is up, Jason Casper? Shout out to the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, Jason Casper. Oh man, Bitcoin bottom in or not? $1 million question right here. $1 million question. I don't know. I kind of think it is. However, it wouldn't surprise me if you go down to 72. I mean, it really, like, if we look at, okay, if you look at fear and greed, that would definitely tell you we're bottoming out. Combined with this bull div on the daily, that would tell you we're bottoming out. If you look at if you think it's going to be like 2017 where we came down the full 37%, or you think we're going into a bear market, then you're looking at 72. I feel like a lot of people want 72, but they may not get it. So maybe a bounce, I would think a local bottom. I mean, the thing too is that, yeah, I know this isn't really yes. I mean, to answer the question, yes, I think it probably is, but that wouldn't surprise me completely. But 50K question. Wow, you're betting 50K. And if you guys are not familiar, check out Jason Casper's channel. Really, really appreciate the super chat, man. You didn't have to do that. I'll try to get you back when I get a chance. I gotta check out what you're been streaming. You're welcome on the channel whenever you want, man. Even if you wanna come on and right now and tell us what you're what you're looking at, man. So yeah, should show your channel. Yeah, Jason, you've got so much subscribe. Yeah, you've probably blown up so much. You got everything we can imagine here. Let's get Jason's channel. Check him out. He's an amazing trader. He's made a hell of a lot of money trading. Oh yeah, 150K. My God, wow, catching up to crypto face there. Good chicken, got everything. Really, really smart trader. Really funny guy. Looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger physique. Probably even better than Schwarzenegger. Oh, Jason, I've been trying I'm on day 2 of full carnivore. Well, I'm drinking a coffee, black coffee, so kind of cheating, but trying full carnivore. I'm in a place in South America where you get those pure good ribeye steaks for like $6 a pound, you know. Cook them up, you know, it's right, you just walk out, it's right there, everything's fresh. So yeah, kid duty, okay. Nice. But yeah, I hope you've been amazing, man. We got to get a collab or something. You're welcome on the channel anytime, man. Just shoot me a DM. What are you thinking? I mean, I think you're thinking the bottom's in if you're betting 50 G's on it. You're probably thinking the bottom's in, I would guess. I mean, I'm thinking it's in too. A little starter position, nothing too crazy. I've been doing more of the slong. Carnivore, so I tried it a few years ago, and I did it for, you know, it's hard socially. I did it for a few weeks. I felt really good on it. I don't think it's something, just to preface this, I could be wrong, but I don't think it's something you should do for more than a few months at a time. There's people that have had weird effects doing it real long-term, like thyroid issues and stuff, if you really look into it. But I think it's a really good thing to do maybe once a year, once every 2 years for like a few months. They say really you want to do it for like 2 months. I don't know if I'm going to be able to like keep it, you know what I mean? I'm traveling around a lot and socially it may get a little bit challenging, but it is a really good gut reset to do like for 2 months every so often. And then I'm planning on kind of reincorporating some fruits after that, like bananas, berries, you know, maybe even yogurt. I like that. But, you know, I'm not the biggest, like, health freak in the world. But I'm just trying to, I mean, this is day 2. This is day 2. Feeling a little bit sluggish. I'm just drinking coffee because I'd be really sluggish with that. I wouldn't be, you know, I'd be too sleepy on this stream. Black coffee, so just 0 carbs for a few weeks to kind of reset everything. Easy to do it in places like Argentina, Chile, which are really cool places to go. I mean, you guys, I'm not going to tell you exactly where I am, but you guys, if you follow my Instagram, you can kind of figure out where I am right now. Really cool place. So yeah, and grass-fed meats everywhere, you know, so. But yeah, I mean, there's different, things affect people differently. You know, there's the people that are into, you know, the meat and fruit diet. There's people into different stuff. I mean, generally, you know, I mean, my breakfast this morning consisted of some canned mussels and canned tuna. Getting the fish oil in, which I think is a little good too. But then you could have mercury mixed with that. Yeah, there's no, you know, there's no complete one size fits all. And then lunch will be, you know, steak and then probably eggs later, you know, trying to get about, you know, 180 to 200 grams of protein in a day. But yeah, shout out to Jason Casper. Again, guys, check out Jason Casper, especially if you want to learn more about trading. Guy does some really cool advanced stuff. Well, let's look at H-bar. Yeah, good question. I mean, can H-bar go to $50 by the end of summer? I don't know. Did I say that? No. Wait. $1.50. I didn't say that. It's at 19 cents. I said maybe it can go to like, $1.50. End of year, not end of summer. You're putting words in my mouth. But, yeah, if you do something like this, I think at some point in the summer you could get close to $1. And then by the end of the year, maybe $1.50 at the most. I think it's possible. But right now, let's just hope we don't break down farther and nullify all that. So, yeah. H bar, we'll see. It's a little bit of fear, a little bit of, we'll see what happens. But man, that 50K bet for Jason Casper, hope he wins that. I hope it is, hope the bottom is in. Yeah, that's a 2-to-1 like that. That would be one long try. If you really think the bottom is in, you'd make a lot off of that. And then if you wanted to go short there, that would be, you could almost, yeah, it'd be interesting. Oh, hoping to make 50K. Okay. I wonder okay. So, well, that's probably, yeah, you're probably, I don't want to ask you to, show all your secrets here, but yeah, I wonder so if you wanted to, well, if you did something like this, I mean, that's a 2-to-1, I mean, you'd have to risk freaking 25 grand, I think, yeah, unless you wanted to long it back up to then, if you went 4-to-1, you could probably risk like 10 grand, I think, right? And maybe risk, yeah, or risk 100 and make 500 or something like that. Yeah, risk 1,000, make 5,000. There is that. It may take a while to play out, but we shall see. I mean, there's that volatility. But 50 G's would be nice, yeah, about half a Bitcoin if you come back up to 100. The thing too, I mean, that I would, fear and greed is really freaking, I mean, it's really low, this fear and greed, which would generally tell you we're close to a bottom. I mean, my main thing is that we'll see a bottom, if we haven't already, we'll see a bottom within the next 2 weeks, unless people think we're going into a recession, which I kind of don't think that. I mean, we kind of had one in 2022. You could kind of consider COVID to be it depends how you, I mean, I guess COVID was the last official where they admitted it was a recession. Factoring in inflation on the correction for S&P 500, 2022 was about a 38% correction. That's enough for a mild recession in my book. I don't think we're going to see a real recession until a few more years. Like 2026, okay, maybe in the bear market year, 2026, maybe. But I think it's going to be like 2030, honestly, around there, the later parts of it. I mean, 100-year anniversary of Great Depression is 2029. I would think it would be at least a year after that, so 2030 maybe. I mean, you could even argue that what's kind of crazy too about, well, it depends who you talk to. I mean, I could be completely wrong in this. And this is kind of, history repeating itself too. And I'm not saying I'm like against tariffs necessarily, or, I think you just got to be careful with it to a certain extent. But most of the countries are putting tariffs against kind of already had the same amount of tariffs on us. That's what nobody's telling you. But you can argue that the Great Depression would have only been a bad recession if you didn't have weird tariffs and trade deals that Hoover was doing. You can argue that. Is history kind of repeating? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think that, well, it depends. I mean, I think it's unlikely that something with a Trump is president in 2029. I'd be being like Don Jr. I mean, I think it's probably, honestly, I hate to say it, but it's probably going to be Gavin Newsom. He's doing all the stuff Trump did with the podcast. I mean, there's going to be a lot of money and a lot of stuff put behind Newsom. It could be a close race against Trump Jr., J.D. Vance, whoever the hell they put up against Newsom, but it's probably going to be Newsom. And if the market's if you get a depression under Newsom in 2030, that would be hilarious. I mean, you could argue, when did Hoover even come in, though, too? I think there was, oh, the trade deals I mentioned, I scratched that. I think that, when was Hoover president? That's what I want to know. When was, fun fact, Hoover spoke fluent Mandarin, which is nuts. They used to use it so no one could understand him, and his wife used to speak it so no one around them could understand them. But let's see, when was he in office? Oh, okay, so he came in right before. Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't realize. He came in right before it all. Like, it wasn't really his fault necessarily. His trade deals during it didn't help stuff. I mean, yeah, that's what people argued. If he wasn't doing weird stuff with the trading during this, it wouldn't have been an actual depression, just a bad recession. Could be wrong. I've talked to a few people about it, but it depends. But what was the point I was making here? The point that I was kind of trying to make here was, okay, yeah, he came in and then it crashed. Maybe that would be similar to, well, it's not going to crash in the exact, 2030 would be the bear market year. My guess is 2030 is when it probably crashes. And then that's probably when you have self-driving cars and most Uber Eats is delivered, what's the word, automatically or whatever. So yeah. I'm thinking, man, no. You know what started on November after Trump won in 2024? The 2028 election started, man. You're way in the boomer old. No, I'm just kidding, man. No, I'm trying to predict, what's gonna. I don't think anything that bad is gonna happen with the markets until like the next administration. That's my view. Until 2030 at least, probably. That's my view. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen, but kind of my guess. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I think the goal here, kind of with Trump, is get inflation a bit under control. Markets were due for a correction. Who cares? And then hopefully April onward, we kind of recover. I mean, when would the earliest you would see a full recovery? Well, yeah, I mean, probably May, June, full recovery for the NASDAQ. Yeah. And that trigger, whatever. You got the trigger waves forming. You do. Trying to think here. Nose USD. I think I've heard of that from you, James. No one else. Oh, no, I think I've heard of this. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. I mean, it's, some of these keep bleeding, but, if you believe in it, it's on sale. That's all I could really say about that. I mean, something else that kind of looks similar would be virtuals, I would argue. Approaching that big point, getting a jump, on sale. Definitely on sale. Maybe wait for that 5-day trigger, though. Maybe wait for that 5-day trigger. Injective, yeah, that fell off a cliff. But I mean, you're still in the. That's a big area, actually. Yeah, those two peaks. Yeah, maybe it'll jump here. What was the, let's look at some Alex Becker coins. Oh, yeah, that got slaughtered. It looks as bad as Matic right now. Yeah, I mean, big area still. You'd want to freaking hold right there, I would argue. Yeah, I'll hold right there. Hmm. So, yeah. Mina, okay. Yeah, why not? Look at Mina. Oh, that's like some old gaming, yeah. This is like, yeah, that's going to zero, man. I'm sorry to, I don't know, but I mean, yeah, not too good, not too good, unfortunately. Oh, Crow, yeah. Crow, I would be more hopeful on than a lot of stuff, yeah, I mean. You're still, trying to get that double bottom even higher low to a certain extent. So, yeah. Trigger wave right there for another 2 weeks. So, yeah, I mean, I hope it will jump up, double, get back up to that area. I mean, that jump was nice, you know. Yeah. Yeah. I think it will. Yeah, my main view is that we'll hit a bottom, within a few weeks here, if we haven't already. Velo, yeah, I've heard of this, yeah. Maybe it'll hold. Python. Yeah, I know Python. That's not too. Yeah, this is just no man's land. I don't know if it is the best idea to mess with this. I think the Jupiter one looked a little bit better. That's a bubble pop pattern. That's a little bit better. That would be a better bet, but still definitely risky. Yeah, there's just so many coins, man. Yeah, come on, it's like what Pentoshi said, it's kind of like buying, yeah, it's like penny stocks to a certain extent, but I mean, some of them will do something, and I think a lot of them will do well in the second half of this year. So, yeah. Right there, Alexa. Yeah, I mean, these are all the new ones that were kind of hyped up, like, earlier last year, or later last year, Yeah, they were hyped up early last year. Yeah, I mean, it could jump. I think it'll definitely, it got a good shot of getting back to 80 cents at least at some point, you know. Kind of hard to say, but then there's new ones. There's Trump coin, there's Melania, there's, there's Mudang. There's a lot of new coins, although those are memes. The ones you were looking at are real projects, so there's a slight difference there. Slight. Well, I would say more than slight, but yeah. What was that? No, something else. Never mind. Tesla. Already back up to that point. Already back up to before, this little, not little dump, but already recovered a good amount. Yeah. Trump will surprise people in this leg up. I believe it. E-gold. Nobody's talked about that in a minute. That's probably at 0, yeah. Yeah. I don't think that's not looking too promising, unfortunately. If you held there, it would have been better, but you're at you are at January 20, 4-year cycle around the same place. Did a full 360. What are you down? 96, 97, yeah. I don't know. Hasn't been as relevant. Well, what was this one you could trade now. You used to not be able to trade it, but I know it crashed or whatever, right? Yeah, you used to, yeah. Or it was, okay, and then, yeah, that's some volatility. That's the one they were mining with it. Not really mining, but they were getting, that thing is a scam and a half, but still, Litecoin. I think Litecoin's the best indicator of the bull run still going on. It needs to come back up. I don't know. Yeah, this is kind of in between. Doesn't do too much. Yeah, trying to jump right there, I guess. It's a French toaster. The thing with tariffs, too, is did tariffs make everything crash when he did them when he was in Trump's first term? I mean, not really. No. So. Yeah, Amazon Prime deceptive practices. Oh, yeah. Bit of an understatement there. India's inflation is down. Okay. Yeah, everybody's been kind of, yeah, cutting rates a bit. Whenever he's in the news, that's a bottom signal usually. Extremely negative for his own company. Doubt it. At least not that significantly. March 17th, 5 days? Okay. Open interest in CVD divergence? No, not really. No. It's not my thing. Depression coming. I don't think that's going to happen this decade. Maybe next decade. Not this decade. Could happen. Anything can happen. Well, I mean, depression where? In the US, you know, Europe, where are we talking depression? I think, is Germany still in a recession? I know Argentina just got out of it. Inflation reading is down. That's the thing too. I don't think price is really factored in for how much inflation is down so far, but maybe I'm wrong about how much inflation is down. I mean, you could look at TrueFlit, yeah. Argentina's is still that high, jeez. It's gone down though, right? Like, you can see, yeah. But it's, okay, yeah. It's only going down at 50% a year, wow. India's isn't too bad. Hedge index. Yeah, I think this is, you know, I'll take it. That was, yeah, June of 22. That was when it was really, you know, and they brought it down by dumping the economy a bit. And then we've been hover. This is the first time, yeah. Well, we got, okay, so September. That's interesting because the last time you got it below 2, you had an altcoin run up. Are we smelling the same thing here? I don't know. And things did dump into that. That's an interesting find. That would tell you we have an altcoin run up. I wanted to also show you guys one other thing on others versus Bitcoin here. And it would make sense to see a little bit of a run up, especially since everyone sold. I mean, how many of you guys sold in the last, like, let's say few days or whatever? I think a lot of you guys probably sold. Maybe not, yeah. Bitcoin trade for, I'm up 10% on that account, almost 9%. So we'll see what happens. I'm confident about trading wars. So this is still, okay, so the thing too, if we look at, so you saw the bottom here, watch the, oh shoot. Okay, yeah, it was December. I gotta move this over a little bit. That was your bottom against Bitcoin there. It was December 2016. So it was January 21. This was still, this wick down still was in last month. It was in February. Anybody noticing the pattern here? 1 month after. That could be the bottom. And we could see some alts do something. I know maybe a little bit too optimistic, but I think we might. You know, a lot of people giving up hope. So we shall see. I think the Lion Powell, Lion 2.0, may say, I mean, if the dude sounds hawkish at this point, that's like the most hawkish as possible. I mean, you even got eggs coming down, I think, finally. Which they don't want you to eat eggs, believe me. If eggs are coming down, well, they're actually not yet, but I think they will. What was that other garbage, weird one, big time? Yeah. Hmm. 2.5 should be goal for inflation, yeah. Wow, it's already below that in true inflation. Oh, wait a second. Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah, I mean, I guess it did make a little bit of, yeah, because right when the market, that was before, that was while they were printing money or whatever. And then, yeah, then you got it. And then the problem was you kept printing money. When did they stop printing money? Does anybody know? When did they stop freaking? I mean, it takes time for it to... I mean, obviously you should stop printing money around January of 20... I think that's when they did stop printing money, yeah. But then you got up so high with inflation 11. Yeah. Well, I mean, that question is yeah, hard bounce or whatever. Mm-hmm. Believe the Trading Wars account, it's a bonus account, so I get to keep the money I make, I think, but I don't get to keep the 10K, which was nice. Yeah, it was like a 10K bonus. I think like you only have a certain amount of time to trade with it though, so we'll see. But I think I can make a couple grand off of that, which is pennies, but who knows. Hmm. If it's a dead cat bounce, then yeah, you probably would have. Yeah. I mean, I think too, like I was showing you guys. I mean, this is like top secret. I shouldn't be like, it's simple, but like if you were to do this 2-to-1 like that, again, if you win one of these trades, you'd be doing pretty well. And then you did something like this, you know, back down. Yeah, both 2-to-1s. I mean, I guess it could go. Yeah, I mean, it obviously could do this, and then stop them both out if you did that, and then you know what I mean, which is possible, but I wouldn't say it's the most likely outcome. It's long. Biden printed money, but when did they stop? I forget. When did the last stimmy check come out? Do you guys know? I don't remember. Was it early 21, I think? I think it was early 21 they stopped printing it, you know. And then it took time to feel it all. So yeah. But I think the good thing though is inflation is coming down, you know. And I think if you look at that true inflation chart, I mean, there are things showing you that some alts may get some, you know, money put into them relatively soon. Cardano too. Like if you think they were really trying to do manipulation, they succeeded. I mean, it's like how much manipulation do you want? You already came down. You know, if you sold, you got the, look at what happened here. You bought, you doubled your money, sold, you just get back in. I mean, it's like how much more do you want? Just so good, you know. Bad jump, maybe. I feel like Cardano's not a bad buy right now. Biden was better for crypto in 21. He was, not in 22. So far, but we shall see. But yeah, and anyway, guys, if you guys are interested in going to the Bitcoin conference, there's another thing. If you buy any ticket for the Bitcoin conference here, you get 10% off, which is cool. You can get the festival pass for, I think that's with the 10% off. $400 is just not bad. You get to meet me. We'll probably do a little meetup or something. And yeah, give you one free month in Discord. Just put in the email you used to sign up in the support ticket area. So yeah. And same thing if you deposit this $100 on BloFin, sign my link, or BitFi, you get 10% cash back. BitFi, and then only with my link, you get 10% off your fees for life if you use my link on either of those to sign up. So yeah, let's see, Filecoin. Sounds like a profitable coin. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll recover with everything else. I'd probably rather go long on Trump right now, but yeah, we'll see. I thought it was Buttcoin. It is Butthole Coin? Okay. I don't know. Well, there's Butt too, I think, right? Buttcoin. No, that doesn't. Okay. I don't know. Doge had a nice correction, big place. I mean, this would be the place you'd be looking to get in on the dip potentially, you know. Shot up about 400%. Now you corrected what, 66? So, yeah. This price to buy Chainlink? I don't know. Let's take a look. So, I mean, if it comes to 11, but I think right now is not bad. These areas, not bad at all. Let's see. I mean, this is the same. Yeah, April 24. Yeah, I mean, still think you could do something like that, you know. 80 is probably the highest I could see us going, but yeah, a lot could happen potentially. I don't know what that is. Taraxosaurus? I don't know, man. Tough to say. Maybe it'll come up a little bit more. I don't know anything about this. Looks okay in the 2 week. Oh yeah, PayPay. That's kind of fallen. Yeah, it's a boomers now. But hey, if you ever do make new all-time highs, it'll be kind of those areas. Big place. I think this is kind of fallen off. I don't know if it's going to do what it's done in the past. I think it's kind of it's actually over this time, but it'll probably recover a little bit with everything else, you know. At least a little bit. I think it's just lost the momentum. Oh yeah, M2. People were talking about that. Yeah, it sounds true. Okay. Let me look at that. M2. Is it this? Yeah. So yeah, we decreased money into September 23, and now we increased more money, but we didn't start. What's the word? We didn't like stop quantitative tightening. I think you stop quantitative tightening when you make a new high here. But this does correspond with that jump up. Wow, yeah. This kind of does, you know, from, if you look at this from, yeah, I mean, as it goes up, crypto generally goes up, but yeah, as it went down well, I mean, it went down while crypto recovered in this area. And then you come up there. That's an interesting, yeah, very interesting chart. Yeah, the 2020, yeah. I mean, it would likely, you know, continue like we've done, you know, pre-COVID or whatever, you know, this area, you know, that's kind of what we're seeing. So when do you, according to this, when do you end quantitative, if you follow kind of, yeah, I mean, let's see something. Right around, yeah, a couple of months, you know, it could even be, well, yeah, just move the, it would be right around May, yeah. May or June probably is when you technically, I think when this makes a new high is when you end quantitative tightening, right? I mean, yeah. Yeah, the M2 on, you mean Bitcoin versus M2? That's not completely accurate. You want to look at Dixie. I mean, that's where, that's all those like doomsday, depression. I've been shorting the S&P 500 since the exact bottom in 2009. I'm still going. You know who said that? Alex Machinsky. He was kind of making fun of himself, but still. Machinsky. I wonder what's going to happen to him. Let's jump in there, AVAX. I think AVAX could. Don't have a problem with this too much. I think there could be something. What was I gonna say here? Yeah, I mean we'll look at Bitcoin versus them too, but it's not the thing that, you know. Okay, yeah, 30. Well, okay, yeah. So it's more Dixie's better, I would argue, to look at for that. I mean, let's see what this correction. Yeah, well, okay, so a little bit. Really, the Dixie gave it more of a correction, yeah, and I think it was 80% against the Dixie. So I think it's just a better M2 money supply isn't the best thing to look at. I think it's more Dixie. Dixie's what we want to look at. 85 there, yeah. What's the pattern here? 79. So if you were to, let's see, if you go down 75%. Yeah, you would be back to 30K, 25K, according to that. But that's not, it's not going to go that low, I don't think. So yeah. You can look at SPY versus M2. I mean, it probably would be less than, yeah, it's 9%. Yeah, well, about the same, but yeah. But I think, SPY versus DXY is a better thing to look at. What's interesting too, what I was looking at, guys, S&P 500 versus DXY, look at the correction of the early 80s. That's what Johnny M was talking about, this was against the dollar. This only came down like 25%, 45% against the DXY. So they did a lot to really suppress assets here to really clean up the inflation. Was the inflation as bad now as it was back then? You'd want to say it was, but we kind of did a lot of that, I would argue, a little, or at least a little bit of that. So that was 45% there. This was 37, Is that enough? Not exactly, but I don't know. If you're arguing inflation wasn't as bad, then it probably was enough, and then it's coming down. So I don't know. My guess is that you kind of dodged, the best bullet possible with this inflation stuff and all that, So yeah. LX is 4LX is there in Ethereum. So yeah. Yeah, fear and greed is not. Yeah, you did get to COVID for fear and greed on crypto, which is nuts. If it's no recession, yeah, that's what I think. Dream 7X. I don't think it's going to be a recession. So I think the bet would be to buy the dip. That would be the best bet. I would think. Crypto, fear and greed. I think it came down to as much, if not more, than COVID, which is nuts. I mean, which I don't know how accurate this crap is too. It might. How is this? Created, but now that's not even that bad. 34, But yeah, no, it did. Where was code? Yeah, 12. It came down to 10 or 9. Okay, 9 was the lowest. What did this come down to? I can't even. What was it down to? Hold on. 10. Okay, so almost there, essentially there. 8 but then even lower for frickin' June of 22. I mean, and you did come down a little bit lower, but it wasn't too bad. Where was the fear for? You would think it would have came down more during Sam Bankman-Fried, although 22 is not. It's pretty low. So yeah, yeah, according to that. But people are already trying to buy it up. They think it's gonna get there. So this changes, excrementally. And then this other one, I mean, there's different metrics. Coin market cap has their own fear and greed. It's lower. It's at 19. So, this will probably follow that and come up a bit more. But that would tell you that unless we're going into recession, it's probably, and to go into recession, well, I think unemployment's not there. And then if there's more fear, the Fed's just going to turn on the money printer again. I mean, I think it will bite us in the ass, but not yet, I think we're okay for now. That's my opinion. I wanted to look at Matic. That just got completely obliterated. That is, yeah. Ugh, I don't even want to look at this. Maybe less depressing if you look at it. That just got incinerated. I wonder why. You wouldn't have expected it to be that bad, yeah. 75% down. Maybe the week, yeah, maybe some of these trigger bull divs or whatever. Probably that 5-day maybe, yeah, could save the day a little bit. That's really done what a lot of oh man, DOT, afraid to look at this one. This one's probably, ooh, okay, that's not as bad as we would have thought. That looks like CRO. So just hovering around, same thing, yeah. Up to 11, back down to 3. Yeah, I would say there's going to be some light at the end of the tunnel with these trigger waves. Probably at least come back up to 10 at some point, I think 26 is going to be your general bear market year. I don't know. It could be a recession, maybe not. If you count 2022, I mean, recessions generally happen every 8 to 10 years. I would count the period between COVID and 2020 to 2022 to be somewhat of a recession. And if you factor in 8 to 10 years after that, your next recession would be some point between 2030 to 2032. That's my 2 cents. Maybe I'm wrong. Tron, yeah, we could look at Tron. Let's see. TRX. That's kind of fallen off, yeah. Yeah, it's done well. I mean, I don't know. It's, it hit that place up, now you're getting that correction. I'm trying to like think where I could tell you guys would be a good, maybe if you wait for that weekly. I don't know. This is weird, man. I don't know. This is a weird coin. I mean, what was this correction right here? I mean, that was like a nice blow off top. Yeah, 50% down. Getting it 50% off. Yeah, I would say generally it's doing a little bit better. It's a weird one, man. It has its own weird thing. I think CryptoFace likes it for the most part, so yeah. Hmm. Hoover. So yeah. No, I think we'll gradually recover here. That's my 2 cents. I mean, maybe you definitely could go farther down. We'll see, but I think we'll be okay. That's a big question. I mean, ETH got that, 60% so far. I mean, big spike. If that's the bottom, that spiral lines are freaking damn good, 56% down. That's all it was. And what are we currently down from all-time high? 60, almost 55, yeah. We looked at Tesla. I'll look at it again. I think it'll probably continue to recover. Some fear with it, made news, jumping up, Yeah, on sale, yeah. There's that run up, and then, yeah. Let's see, I just want to see if you got in over there and you held. I mean, that's volatile, but yeah. Yeah. Dream 7X, yes. I think we can get an also in season when nobody expects it and not go into a recession. I think if you look at the charts, inevitably QE is going to start again by June probably. So yes, I do think that you will see that. And by the way, guys, if you want to take some of these trades, there's a lot of opportunity in the market right now. I've been doing really well the past few days, killing it on Trading Wars too. Check out the links down below. BloFin. Check out the Discord, most importantly. Link is down below. BloFin, 10% off your fees for life. My link. BYDFI, same exact thing. Let's see BYDFI right here. Got this trade in. Both are great. No KYC, no VPN. I would think BYDFI would be longer, that you can get away with no KYC, no VPN. Although, never mind. We got the lion in office, so you don't have to worry. But anyway, it will be good. But yeah, so check that out, and you get one free month in Discord if you sign up to any of the links down below. Any exchanges, deposit at least $100. Open a valuation account with Breakout, or what else? think that's about it. Or no, what was the shoot? The Bitcoin conference. If you buy a ticket, it'll give you one free month too. So yeah, really appreciate you guys. And that blood, it could be a buy signal there. It's hard to say on Cardano. Cardonson. But yeah, so I would keep a more optimistic tone. I don't know if I'm that bullish on butthole coin, but you know, how's gold doing? People have been, oh yeah, yeah. I think it'll eventually get up to 3,000, you know, in a few years. Probably, if you do see a recession in 26, maybe 3,000 there. But you know, you're kind of 3,200. You're kind of almost there. I mean, what'd you get since? Well, let's see what the return was. This. Wow. Yeah. Okay. October 22 since that. But yeah, it's almost doubled. Yeah. It was hot around that time, but it takes its time. You know, it takes its time. We go look at gold versus Bitcoin. I mean, or Bitcoin versus gold. Yeah, down a bit. I mean, that was that. Yeah, I mean, August 24 would be where I was looking at right there. If you're looking at the 4-year cycle, where would we be? So let's move these around. This was, I haven't looked at this in a long time. But you're looking at like March, okay, so you're looking at March 17. And then move this over to, look at March of 21. Oh my golly. Yeah, December obviously. So March, yeah, quite a bit more, and then March here, no. Quite a bit more, and then March here, no. So that's wild. Let's look at ETH versus gold. ETH versus gold. They're just getting started there. And then there's more that came up there. So you didn't really see it at all. We're at the bottoms for ETH versus gold here. So yeah, you would hope you would turn around. Gold versus SPY could be. And that's been coming up a little bit. If you look at money flow, yeah, I've marked this out. 70s was damn good. 70s and then there. And then you would hope, I mean, that could take a year or two, maybe 2026. But yeah, gold charts are not too bad right now, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, really appreciate you guys. I'm going to get going. Thanks for tuning in. Check out the links down below for the exchanges if you guys are interested in